Ready's 3, 2, 1, and pills. Good board setup here for Flindo if he can get some blues going his way, and Octagon needing red help on that right side of the or that left side of the board, and Flindo already going to work here. 14 seconds and already down to 31. Octagon with a nice little drop there, and Savage making really good plays, trying to open up that left side of the board. That blue virus in or column 3 rather, will be critical for her to open up the center part of that board, and has a lot of options with the blue. Meanwhile, looking over at Flindo, 23 viruses to go, really just needing to get this blue right in the center of his board, and he can really start opening things up. But he's gonna need yellow help, Saros.
Yeah, he's got a yellow, but that's a beautiful cross to get rid of a lot of it right there to give him access to almost everything on his board, which will give him plenty of opportunity for verticals or horizontals. So that essentially is like referred to as a stoplight in the column 8 might slow him down a little bit, which is what Savage Octagon's going to need here because she's got a mostly blue board left at this particular point, and we know how hard it is to get blues in this game, JB.
Blues come out the rarest of the three colors. That is true. I like what Savage is doing here. She's going to get three clears, two of them involving viruses. Now, pretty much free and clear. She's down to five, Flindo down to five, but that triple's going to quickly put him down to two with a fortuitous double yellow down to one. Looks like Flindo might be punching his ticket out first here. Needs just the reds. Savage needing two reds. Savage is going to be out at a 127. Flindo out at a 133. On your screen, they came out at exactly the same time as they both go into eight. Good boards here as well for both players to start.
A little bit more red at the top for Savage Art going to be nice because he really doesn't have access. Wow, that was a massive. How many pills was that Savage Octagon took out there?
That looked at least to be 9 or 10 there. It was a big T. Really, really well done there. And more importantly, open up the board big time. Good horizontal. Those horizontals at high elevation, so important to top level gameplay. Really needing horizontal play, just overall, very, very important. But to be at that top level, to be in this gold bracket, you've really got to perfect that high level horizontal play. And Savage putting a clinic on there, pun very much intended.
Yeah, she is just dominating this board right now, though she's running out of red pills right now. But she's opened up a 7 virus lead against Flindo, who really is going to need a lot of blue help, not due to any other reason, just that he's not gotten a lot of blues early on, and just that's all coming to starting to pile up on him here. But right now, Savage is also needing a little bit of blue, but not as many. In fact, the way that they're in, she'll be able to take out a lot of these very quickly, JB.
Yeah, very massive combo over on Flindo's side, really just blowing the left side of that board away. Flindo making this competitive as he's at 10. Savage has the cleaner board down to 4, now down to 3 with those blues coming off the board. Under tuck there, eliminating the drop time. It is just half a second, but every little tick matters here as Savage looking for blues, Flindo looking for blues and reds. I like this play. He's going to get the red horizontal, sets him up for the yellow clear. He's down to 3. Savage looking for one more blue, and it is a condiment fest. Ketchup and mustard everywhere. Ooh, I was a little scared, but did get the garbage clear. And Savage going to be out first right around at 325 as Flindo down to his final virus and 9.
Yeah, that was starting to get a little spooky over on the Savage side, but John is out at his 340 and has another board where that blue is going to be so beautiful, taking all those horizontally, pretty much taking everything out of row 8 there to give him opportunity to get to all these yellows. Unfortunately, all of his yellows are in a very small spot together, which can make us, yeah, he can take him out quickly, but then after that, he's going to have a lot of issues if he gets any further. Like, look at this beautiful cross there, JB.
Absolutely fantastic board vision by Flindo. Just blew the center of the board away and is keeping him competitive here. He does hold the virus lead 20 to 23. Savage has a lot of setups. Is going to get a short stack and then a nice tuck tee, getting her down to 18 here as these players right around the 4.5 minute mark here. Flindo going to get a drop cross. He's going to be down to 12 viruses to go. No yellow help available for Flindo, so anything that's yellow is got to be played carefully. And double yellows are not something you want to see, Saros.
Yeah, and unfortunately, it seems that's been a popular thing that both, well, all of our competitors say have been getting is a lot of double yellows. But right now, it looks like it's just going to be three more reds, and John will be out here first. Looks like there's one, there's two, and a double just for extra effort. 5 o'clock even, 5 minutes even, excuse me, for Flint over level 10.
No, no, no. I finish in about 5 hours, right around 5 o'clock at Dr. Mario. Flindo's going to be rocking level 11 here. Got a lot of high elevation yellow, really starting to get things pounded down on the board. Savage looking for a little bit of yellow, a little bit of red. Going to get the red, going to get the yellow in succession. Out at a 520. And these players very close going into nine. It is about a 10 virus lead here for Flindo, but a lot of good doubles here on Savage's board that she can really take advantage of and narrow this down.
Yeah, the only issue that she really has right now is that until she does a fair amount of work, she's not going to have much access at all to blue. So she's having to just kind of destroy the blue she's getting. She does another beautiful sweet tea there and takes out those yellows horizontally. Now she's got access to everything except for yellow. It's been a continuous two-color board for her, which is really helping out Flindo extend his lead. Though right now he also does not have much access to yellow.
Great combo by Savage, knocking out several viruses and tying things up as far as virus count goes. Remember, Savage did start about 6 seconds after Flindo did. So if Flindo happens to finish first, Savage does get that little bit of time buffer, and then we can call the match at that point. But it is 17 to 20 right now, and Savage is just going to tie it up with another triple clear. The tuck on the yellow. She's down to her final yellow virus. So decision making important here. This double blue going to take out the two vertically down to 13. Flindo down to 12. Flindo's going to get this combo to fall. Nothing cleared except for the first virus on it. He's down to 10. Savage down to 10. Savage really eyeballing some horizontal doubles along that bottom line. Looks like she's opened up the blues. I think that's the play, getting those triples in. Flindo with a fat bolt. He's down to 4. Savage down to 6. Going to be down very quickly here. 5. It's 5 to 2. Flindo's making a quick adjustment here. It is one virus, zero viruses out at a 710. Savage could tie this up. Is she going to do it? The pills will not come in time. Out at a 712, which means Flindo by 2 seconds takes this first game. Wow, what a start to this one.
You could see the excitement on Flindo there as you saw he just manages to get this one. Usually we check for a tie on a 1 second difference. That was close enough that it's probably not going to be
That
checked over.
was
There's about a 1.5
pretty
seconds there.
that was pretty fairly clear that that was more than a second. So
Yeah.
I think one I saw the 710 tick and the blue wasn't even in the bottle at that point. So it is unfortunate, but a very very close game, and those two were trading leads back and forth through that 11. Really well played by both players. And Flindo made an absolute clutch course correction. Saw the horizontals he could have cleared and took that 11 down. Really, really good, quick decision making there by Flindo. It is now 1-0. Remember, it is best of 3, levels 8 to 11. Winner. The winner doesn't have to play anymore until tomorrow. They'll advance to semifinal Sunday in our best of 5 matches. But for now, we've got ready from Savage. We got a ready from Flindo. So here we go. 3, 2, 1, and pills. As Flindo out of the gate first. Has a bit of a bubble in the center of his board and good vision just immediately going for a horizontal triple. Savage has a bit of an open board as well. If she can get a couple of double reds, she could really be off to the races here. And I like this play, getting the Elia up top. And that is going to serve her very nicely as she's got a lot of options on the cluster of reds right in the center of her board. Meanwhile, Flindo down to 21 viruses has absolutely been blowing this board away. Doesn't have a lot of blue help along his top line, so blue not helpful for him here. This blue yellow probably the most help he could have gotten, but anything that he needs for that third color Saros is either buried in the board or just inaccessible.
Yeah, and Savage Octagon really is getting close to a board of two colors here as well. Just really is a little bit of red left, but up until now it was mostly buried underneath blue and yellow. And she'd love to see, I'm sure, a little bit more blue here as she clears out yet another red. In fact, she's got just two red viruses left, and they're buried underneath blues and yellows. So definitely some blue help be great for them. Meanwhile, over on the other side of the board here, John, that Flindo just needs two more viruses, taking the reds out underneath, since the doc decided that that's the color he wanted to give John first. Just needs two more yellows. Here's one, and here's the other. He will be out at a 127 with Savage Octagon. Still about five viruses left in this one, JB.
Yeah, Octagon, it really just Savage had a really tough go of an end game map here, but she's found it and just really needing a couple of reds. She's going to go vertical on the first one, the obvious horizontal out at a minute 38, but Savage not anywhere close to out of this. Not a lot of doubles I'm seeing presented here on 9, but a quick clear here as Savage just trying to keep that top line balance. Flindo with a nice little drop combo. He's down to 26 and playing a very balanced board. A lot of color balance for him, and really any pill combination is useful to him. So it's hard to say, but or tough to say rather, but uh, balancing those colors is an art that if you can perfect, you could be very very good at this game. Just keeping that balance, and we're seeing Flindo put that on display. Although as I say that now, he has a very blue heavy board and is down to 15 here. Savage looking for the opportunity to come across, but just getting yellows, which he has absolutely no use for. But I'm really liking the smart play, splitting the garbage clear and making use of the other pill halves. She is down to 20. Flindo down to 9. Now down to 7 with a double clear along the bottom row. Now down to 5 as these players continue to cruise along. Flindo trying to put this one away. Savage trying to keep her tournament life alive here as we are about 3 minutes into the second game.
Yeah, just two viruses left here for John Flindo. He's going to take the reds out underneath and then double blue to make it easier to take the other one out. He's out at a 308. Meanwhile, Savage Octagon still got about eight viruses left. We got most things set up here. The only real issue really is going to be the left side blue over there is going to have to get taken out vertically. I'm thinking that one that's in row one. And that's all she needs right now is a whole bunch of blues. And Doc, this is where you give her some blues. I would be very deeply appreciative right now because you'll still need four more to three more. Meanwhile, over on John that Flinto's side, he's got a fair amount of blue on the top there. Not real easy access to red as Savage is out at a 336.
Savage just had a real tough endgame there, and if she could clear this first row, she's going to have very, very good color balance. I think she was hoping for a double yellow to really just knock out 3 viruses horizontally, but going to get this nice drop T, and that's going to put her right back into this. She is down by about 13 viruses, but making very good headway as she's not really looking for a lot of yellow here. Yellow not helpful for Savage Octagon as she is trying to close this gap here. I like this drop, going to get the horizontal. That opens up more board area for her. She is at 29, Flindo at 14. Flindo needing the condiment blitz, as we like to call it, as he is all yellow and red on that right side of the board. Limited on the blue axis as well. He can make setups for those final two, but he really can't make the clear until he clears viruses around. This could give Savage the opportunity here to catch up here. She is down to 18 and making this a competitive match, dropping down another blue pill. The double blue gets her down to 16 and a double yellow looking nice as well, getting her down to 14, 14 to 6 here. Savage looking to make a comeback here. Really, really good here as we're just approaching the 5 minute mark as Savage getting a nice little tuck combo. Now down 11 to 4 here, making up a lot of ground in a very little amount of time as it is a another blue couple of blue yellows helping Savage Octagon out. Going to drop that red over to the right side. Flindo out at a 513, but Savage has closed the gap here as we go into 11.
Yeah, just five viruses to go, and most of those be easily taken out. I'm willing to bet she's going to take all those reds out horizontally. That would be, she's going to, either way, I'll take two reds either way. She's out at 523. She is only four viruses back right now and has a very nice line that has pretty much every color. When we talk about color diversity, it's not just having all three colors at the top, it's also being able to play blue red and blue yellow and like all particular types of pills that can come out is the ideal way you want to keep your boards at all times.
And while we were going on about that, Flindo actually had a really rough start to 11. Looks like he had to force play some garbage and then misplayed a double yellow and had to clean things up. That has given Savage the opportunity to catch up here. It is just a one virus ball game at this point, as Savage making some very just astute and clever tuck clears here, trying to keep this thing alive. Limited access to red right now, so she's trying to be wise with what red she is getting. It is 25 to 25 here, and remember, Savage started a little bit later than Flindo once again, so it is a slight advantage to Savage Octagon here, as Savage is going to get a nice triple clear on that left side, not getting a lot of help on that right side, and that's kind of the story for both players here, Saros. Flindo just not getting anything he needs on that right side.
But right now, Savage is getting exactly what she needs. She needs a fair amount more of yellow, particularly hot dogs should help out in some of this stuff, and that's exactly what she's getting right now. And here's another one, and it's going to make it so it's now a tie game essentially. It's 9 to 8 with a slight advantage for Savage Octagon. Going to take out those
Savage.
reds.
I was gonna say
Did I say something else?
Savage. Savage is needing yellows here. She's gonna get the doubles, and she's gonna play horizontally on row one. Flindo down to three. Savage down to two. Savage with the double yellow. She's gonna be out. The double yellow is gonna come in, and she is going to storm back after being down by about 14 viruses, and takes game two. Forces the decider 7-11 to 7-21. Slurpees for everybody. Not sponsored.
Wow, these have been two very close, very exciting matches. And when you get very close matches like this, a decider is definitely what you want.
That rough start to 11 really sealed the deal there for Flindo, as Flindo's going to hydrate. And we suggest, while he does, that you hydrate as well, especially in these hot summer months. Heat stroke's bad.
Yeah, we're having a cold snap up here by the Arctic Circle. It's dropped down today down into the 60s when it's been in the 80s for the last several days. So I'll send some your way.
All right, we've got readies. 3, 2, 1, and pills. As we do it to it here, decider between our 4 and our 5 seed. The winner advances to the semifinals, and they will play Adelito tomorrow. So all the play for here as our players rocking this first level 8. Both players playing pretty well. Savage is a higher stacked board, but really making smart zero drop plays here. The drop time is so important here at this high level, and a nice short stack quad for Savage Octagon as she just gets a blitz of yellow blue, but is just pounding these viruses off the board. 23 to 25 here as we kick off this third game.
A little bit of a issue going to be coming up on John's side shortly, as he's only got two yellow viruses left, with 18 viruses to go. That could end up slowing down because, as we know, yellows tend to be the most common pill he gets. He's going to have to use all those pretty creatively in order to keep things from getting messy. Meanwhile, on Savage Octagon's side, she has access to just about everything and is doing a great job taking things out near the bottom of her board. While over on John's side here, right now he just really needs a little bit of blue would be helpful for him right now.
And we do have Savage's feed frozen. We are working on getting that back for you. So we'll just continue to call Flindo's side here. Flindo looking to work these yellows. He's going to get drop time, but he's going to get the limited red that he is receiving. Is going to put it to good use here. Gets that short stack double red. Gets the horizontal. Now getting some really favorable RNG is Flindo. Flindo is just needing a couple of reds now as he gets that last yellow. One more red and he will be out, and he's going to drop that down at a minute 44 with the little T flourish.
Yes, and a little bit of an issue in the top of his board. There not really much access to blue except for that one that's underneath the yellow in column 7. So he's probably going to work very heavily on making certain to have as much blue access as possible to keep his board as diverse as possible. Now he's going to start having issues with red because after this last couple on the top, most of his reds are near the bottom of the board, and that's going to mean that he's going to have to be very well, he is a swim expert. He'll be able to slide these pills underneath as he needs them to clear the board out. And I see what he's
Yeah.
doing. Oh, I thought he might be going for a blue-yellow combo there. He's resetting it up. Here's no, what is he? There it is. There's the drop combo. Uh,
Setting himself up nightly. You're talking about him being a swim expert. We saw him absolutely Michael Phelps that double red right into the center of the board earlier. And that play over on the right side may not necessarily be a misflip. He may just be using that as a trash pile. He kind of has a bit of that flexibility, although he will have to clear the yellow garbage. He could get a double blue horizontal, but he is buried it just a little bit too much. So he will have to work around that, and I think he's going to just prioritize that left side, really just trying to get access to everything else, and we do see that. And we have Savage back. Welcome back to the realm of the living, Savage Octagon, with 11 viruses to go. So we've got ourselves an even game as Savage Octagon is going to have to address the right side of the board. So a little bit of a tough situation for both players here as Flindo's going to have to find some way to work around that blue. He can go vertically on it, but horizontal is absolutely out of the question. Savage is going to go vertical to open up the yellows in column 2. Now not really getting any blue, is going to have to bracket clear the garbage off the board, and now is setting up here. I like the setup, going to finish it horizontally, but out at 343 first is John Dat Flindo. He holds on to the lead going into 10.
yeah, not too much yellow anywhere near the top of his board again, which is going to cause him small issues. And I think he moved that top pill just one column over too far there, and now he's going to have to take that red out underneath. And he's getting a little high here, so he's going to have to be a little careful. He does play on high, so taking those pills down as quickly as possible is very important, just so that he doesn't have to worry about an accidental top out.
And it looks like the story here for both of our players is just a couple of slight misplays at the top of the board. Uh, Flindo has managed to drop some of that garbage down, but Savage has some red in the middle of the board, but a fortuitous double yellow takes it off the board. It's an exclusively blue top line, which is not the best situation to be in, but she is working around it. I like the decision here, dropping those blue pieces of garbage down and getting more clears now, really opening up that board. It's just really smart play here, utilizing what pieces you are given and taking a forced misdrop player, and that was specifically to just clear garbage. And it's a smart play. Sometimes you're just forced to do that, and you've got to be clever about it. And we're seeing that on display on both players' sides.
Yeah, we got a pretty even game going on right now. There's a lot of build up on the top of John's side that's preventing him from getting to a lot of viruses, but it looks he's got some sort of plan in mind here for those blues in row 5. Meanwhile, over on Savage Octagon's side, she's just did a nice horizontal there to get access to near the bottom of the board. I think she meant to move that yellow over one column to try getting it on those yellows at the bottom, but
I
good
like
way to
this
clean it up.
combo.
That was a beautiful combo.
Good combo to get things out here. Savage holding on to a 5 virus lead, now a 7 virus lead, and that lead is growing by the play here. Absolutely wonderfully done here, as it is 15-7. Flindo's just got that big garbage column in 6 and 7. He's basically forcing him to underclear. It's just really rough going. He kind of has an out here if he wants it. But I think the play here for him is to just try to address what he can underneath that stack. And he's got setups here, but that stack of double blue garbage in column 6 just staring him in the face, making things rough here. Savage is going to have to clear a little bit of garbage. No, she isn't. She had the other clear direction. She's out first at a 6:15. Savage looking to put this away. She's into 11 first. As Flindo just having a really rough go on this end game here on level number 10. He is getting the yellows here, but I think some of those misplays are really starting to hit him here. And on a casual standpoint, you dig and work around them, but when you are at this level, it's one misflip, two misflips can just be absolutely crucial to your game.
Especially as time goes on and speed continues pulling up, you start going, "Oh, I made this mistake," and you're so busy focusing on that mistake that the pills come down and you make another one. And but thankfully, John manages to get out of there at a 6:53. He is 17 viruses back, not insurmountable, but he's going to have quite the combination of smart moves and RNG in order to get back in this one, JB.
Yeah, and he's got to absolutely turn on the aggression here if he knows the situation he's in. I think those misflips. You see that shake of his head there. I think he really knows that that 10 did not go the way he wanted it to. But he is continuing to dig, absolutely not giving up here until it's over. And I like this play, getting the horizontal clear, opening up the setup for the Blues. There is going to be a little bit of blue garbage that was going to fall. Oh no, big misflip. You see just the look of exasperation. I think we all felt that for him. Just an absolutely tough play here. Savage is continuing to roll along. She's got a little bit of garbage on her board, but playing otherwise a pretty decent board here, down to 10 viruses, and Flindo's just having to dig out of the situation. And I've been in that situation in competitive play, just having to deal with those misdrops, especially just having them happen at just such crucial points. It's absolutely frustrating. But I know everybody is still cheering him on. A big fat log by Savage Octagon. It is pretty much academic at this point, as Octagon just needing a handful of blues, and that is going to be game at an 8-19 for Savage Octagon. And that is going to be game and match for Savage Octagon. She will advance to semifinal Sunday